Our faith in God's the very thing and essence of our hope, the foundation for which we wait and set our future on. The evidence of things not seen, the pledge of that to come. And were it not for God's promise, at all there would be none. By faith we know that God did set the ages by his word, and that the things that do appear from nothing brought the Lord, that Abel gave in faith to God a greater sacrifice, for God himself did testify, his righteousness still cries. By his faith Enoch was removed, that he should not see death, and was not found because God had to heaven him translate. Before his translation he had this testimony, that he did please God and pleasure gave to his Creator's heart. Impossible it is to please our God without faith in his loving kindness, and that you believe and come to him, believing that he is, and seek with diligence and care. He will reward them with his word. In faith they find him there. By faith no other being warned of God things not yet seen, and moved with fear prepared an ark, saving his whole house then. And there by which he did condemn all unbelieving ones, and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith alone. And Abraham by faith, when he was called to go into a place for which later be called inheritance, did do. For he struck out not knowing where his destination led. By faith he sojourned in that land, in pastures strange he fed. The land of promise, hostile ground, intense dwelled with his sons, with Isaac and with Jacob too, heirs to his promised ones. He looking for a city which foundations there were laid by God himself, and them he led. This city he had made. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive, then bore a child when past her age. His promise she believed, and out of him who's good as dead a multitude did spring, as many as the stars on high the numbered sand does bring. For multitudes innumerable did come out of his loins, and that by faith his seed would sow, all faithful then to come. And they all died in faith, not yet their promises received, yet seeing them come from afar, persuaded they believed, embracing and confessing them, yet seeing them far off, confessing they were strangers here and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things do know, and plainly do declare, they seek a home in heaven that eternally is theirs. And truly if they had thought long from whence the land they'd come, they might have sought at time return, looked back to their old home. But now desire a better place that is an heavenly, and this is why God is not shamed, their God is called to be. For he has then a city made, prepared for them a home. By faith the trial of Abraham did offer up his own. He that received the promises offered his only son. In Isaac shall thy seed be called, his lone begotten one, of whom it said that in Isaac thy family shall be called, and from that promise offered up his one and only Son, accounting God as able to raise Isaac from the dead, and in this way received a type and figure of God's Son. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau in things to come. In faith Jacob near death did bless both of them Joseph's sons, and worshiping leaned on his staff, remembering his flight. By faith did tell his children that when leaving take his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, 3 months was hid away, for they did see his beauty in, nor what Pharaoh might say. By faith when Moses had matured, refused of Pharaoh's name, but rather chose to suffer hurt along with God's chosen, than to enjoy a time of sin, found the reproach of Christ, a greater prize and treasure than Egypt could have given. By faith he forsook Egypt, and Pharaoh's wrath did not fear, for he endured and patiently knew God was ever near. Through faith he kept the Passover, and sprinkling the lamb's blood, lest the destroyer, when he came, their firstborn might he touch. By faith through the Red Sea they passed, as if upon dry land, and the Egyptians followed through, and by the waters drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down this after they, encompassed with rejoicing shouts the saints for 7 days. By faith Rahab did perish not with them of unbelief, when she did give the spies haven, and sent them back in peace. What more shall I say, for the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, and Samson, Jephthah, also David, Samuel, and the prophets who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promise, stopped the mouths of lions. They turned to flight foreign armies, women received their dead, raised to life again, and others were tortured and refused deliverance that they Others had trial of mockings and floggings, yes, and in bonds. Imprisonment also were stoned, and also sawn in two, and tried were slain thus with the sword. They wandered in sheepskins, and goat skins, being destitute, afflicted and oppressed, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts, mountains, in dens, caves of the earth, these having borne witness, through faith did not obtain of the promise, our God having provided something better for us, that they should not be then made complete apart from us, perfect together be.